I never thought a simple family dinner invitation would blow up my entire world, but that's exactly what happened last spring. It was a Thursday evening, and I was wrapping up a late meeting at my office in Austin, Texas. I'm Jordan Hayes, 32, Senior Director of Product Development at Vertex Tech, the startup that's revolutionizing renewable energy storage. We're on the cusp of a massive IPO that could value the company at over $5 billion. Anyway, my phone buzzed with a text from my younger sister, Riley. Hey, sis. Come to dinner at Mom and Dad's this weekend? My new hubby and I have big news. I stared at it for a second, remembering how the last family gathering went. Everyone teasing me about being the workaholic spinster, who probably eats ramen in her fancy condo. I typed back, sure, see you then. Little did I know, that big news was about to reveal just how little they respected me. If you've ever felt like the family outsider despite being the one holding everything together, stick around. This story gets intense, and you won't believe how it unfolded. Hit that like button if it resonates, and subscribe for more real-life tales like this. Saturday rolled around, and I showed up at my parents' cozy house in the suburbs with a bottle of their favorite wine. Riley bounced out to greet me, her new husband, Landon, trailing behind with that slick smile of his. They'd eloped in Vegas 3 months earlier, and the family had been gushing about it ever since. Mom hugged me tight, whispering, "So glad you're here, Jordan. We miss seeing you more." Dad clapped me on the back, joking, "The big shot exec graces us with her presence." We all sat down to eat, grilled chicken, corn on the cob, the usual spread. That's when Riley dropped the bomb. "We're starting a business. Landon has this amazing idea for a wellness app that tracks mental health through AI. We need seed funding to get it off the ground, about $1.5 million. Jordan, you're in tech. This is perfect for you." I nearly choked on my water. Landon leaned in, all eager. "Yes, sis-in-law, it's a no-brainer. Family helps family, right? You could invest and be part of something huge." I set my fork down calmly. "That's a lot of money. Have you run the numbers? Market research? A prototype?" Riley waved it off. "Come on, Jordan. Don't be so skeptical. We're family. You know we'd make it work." Mom chimed in. "It sounds wonderful, honey. Jordan, you've done so well. Maybe you could guide them." I felt my stomach twist. They didn't even ask. They just assumed. I said, "Let me think about it," and changed the subject. But inside, I was fuming. They still saw me as the quiet sister who lucked into a job, not the one who'd built a career from nothing. That night, back in my condo overlooking the city, I couldn't shake it. My phone lit up with texts from Riley. "Sis, please say yes. This could change our lives." Landon added, "Think of it as an investment in your niece or nephew someday." I didn't respond. The next morning, Sunday, I got an alert from my bank app. A credit inquiry on my account. Someone had applied for a business line of credit using my info as a cosigner. Amount: $250,000. My heart raced. I called my financial advisor, Sarah, right away. "Jordan, this looks fishy. The application lists Riley and Landon as primary borrowers, with your details pulled from old family records. Want me to flag it?" "Absolutely," I said. "Deny it and lock everything down." By noon, the denial email came through. "Application rejected due to cosigner dispute and potential fraud concerns." I forwarded it to Riley with no message. Her call came seconds later. "Jordan, what the heck? You blocked our loan." Her voice was sharp. "We need this. How could you do that to your own sister?" I kept my tone even. "You used my info without asking. That's not okay." She huffed. "It's family. You make a fortune. Why are you being so stingy?" Landon jumped on the line. "This is low even for you. We're trying to build something here." I hung up and blocked their numbers temporarily. But it didn't stop. By evening, the family group chat was on fire. "Mom. Jordan, Riley's upset. What's going on?" "Dad. Talk to us, kiddo." "Aunt Karen. Money shouldn't come between sisters." I left every message unread and focused on work prep for Monday. Monday morning, another alert pinged, this time from Chase Bank. A personal loan application for $300,000, again with me as cosigner. I called Sarah again. Kill it fraud flag and freeze my credit across all bureaus. She handled it swiftly, and I spent the afternoon pulling reports from Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Extended fraud alerts, full freezes. I wasn't taking chances. That's when I noticed patterns. Small charges on old joint accounts from years ago when I'd helped Riley with college expenses. They'd been dipping in quietly. I closed them all. Tuesday, things escalated. Riley showed up at my office unannounced. My assistant, Mia, buzzed me. Your sister's here with her husband. Says it's urgent. I sighed and had them sent up. They burst in. Riley in a flowy dress like she was ready for a photo shoot, Landon looking sheepish. Jordan! Riley exclaimed, plastering on a smile. We brought the pitch deck, look. She slapped a glossy folder on my desk. Our app could save lives. You have to invest. Landon nodded. Family first, right? I didn't move. You applied for loans in my name. Twice. Riley's smile faded. We were desperate. But now you can just write the check. I leaned back. No. Landon's face hardened. You're serious? After everything. Riley's voice rose. You're jealous because I have a real life, and all you have is this sterile office. Heads turned outside my glass walls. I pressed the security button discreetly. Leave now. Security escorted them out as Riley yelled. You'll regret this. We're telling Mom and Dad everything. Mia poked her head in after. That was intense. You okay? I nodded, shredding their pitch deck without a second glance. My phone exploded with calls from Riley, then Mom and Dad. I let them go to voicemail. By evening, Riley's social media was ablaze. A teary story about toxic siblings who hoard success, with a blurry photo of my office building. She tagged Vertex Tech. Mia forwarded it to HR, who advised monitoring but holding off on action. Wednesday, I dug deeper. I hired a private investigator on a hunch. Something about Landon's vibe felt off. The report arrived Thursday. Landon had a history. Previous marriage ended in divorce after he convinced his ex to co-sign loans for a surefire e-commerce venture that tanked, leaving her with $180,000 in debt. Bankruptcy filings, Max cards, all in her name. Current records showed Riley and Landon owing $120,000 across loans, all recent, with funds funneled to personal accounts. Screenshots of texts, Landon urging Riley to use Jordan's info, she won't notice. My blood ran cold. Dad must have suspected something. A note was tucked in the report envelope, his familiar scrawl. I've worried for months. If you can sort this, please. Sorry, Jordy. I emailed Landon's ex, found through the report. I have the details on what happened. Need your insight. She replied fast. Happy to talk. No cost, just expose him. We video called that night. He charmed me, then drained me dry, she said. Same playbook with your sister. Armed with this, I prepped for the weekend. I owned the apartment Riley and Landon lived in. Bought it 2 years ago to help her get on her feet. Title still in my name, rent covered by me. I turned off autopay on the utilities and emailed my lawyer. Start eviction notice. 30 days. Friday night, they tried again. A joint credit card app for $40,000. Sarah killed it instantly. Saturday, I met Landon's ex in person at a coffee shop. She brought copies of everything. Divorce papers, debt statements, texts mirroring what I'd seen. Show Riley, she advised. Save her before it's too late. Sunday afternoon, I drove to the apartment with the ex in tow. Riley answered, eyes widening. Jordan? Who's she? I stepped in. Landon's first wife. Landon paled from the couch. We laid out the folder. Bankruptcy docs, loan apps, texts. Riley stared, then turned to Landon. Is this real? He stammered. It was a mistake years ago. I added the deed. This place is mine. 30 days to leave. All support ends now. Riley burst into tears. You're ruining us. Landon blocked the door. You can't. But his ex stepped up. He did the same to me. Don't let him drag you down. Riley collapsed, sobbing. Landon stormed out. I left them to process. Calls flooded in that night. Riley begging. Please, sis, I'll end it with him. Mom. What's happening? I ignored them. Monday, my lawyer sent the formal notice. Termination of support, 30-day vacate. Riley replied, "This is cruel. See you at family brunch next weekend." But banks followed with demand letters for fraudulent apps. $8, $200 in fees due. The family chat turned chaotic. Relatives defending Riley, calling me heartless. I muted it. A week later, at the brunch, I arrived with the full folder. Spread it on the table amid pancakes and coffee. Gasps everywhere. Riley denied, but the proof was ironclad. Landon wasn't there, he'd bailed. Dad read it all, face ashen. "Riley, how could you?" Mom cried. Riley screamed, "You're jealous of my happiness." But aunts and uncles shifted uncomfortably. I said, 30 days. Handle your debts. Riley fell apart, begging. I walked out calmly. 2 months later, the eviction went through. The apartment sold quickly. Riley faced suits for the loans, garnishments incoming. She and Landon split, he's ghosted. Mom and Dad downsized to cover some fallout, but they're distant now. Dad sent one letter. "We should have listened sooner. Can we talk?" My reply, "No. I changed numbers, fortified boundaries. People ask if I regret it. Honestly, cutting out the betrayal brought peace. Family isn't about blind loyalty, it's about respect." If this story hit home, like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next one.